Okay everybody, so how about a positive video for a little change of pace, huh? After the last two I made. Yeah, I just came by here to let you know that it is hot. This week is going to be pretty hot. Today was in the high 90s, probably going to be the same tomorrow. And I just want to let you know that both these air conditioners, especially the first floor one, they're doing great. Some of you may remember I finally found out what the problem was with the first floor unit. It was what the problem was that the insulation in the air handler had come loose and literally blocked a third of the evaporator. So I finally took care of that. I forgot if I mentioned it in my last video, but initially I taped the insulation back, and then I felt unsure about that, so I just ripped it off. So now I never have to worry about it again. And if anyone's concerned, basically that part of the air handler, this small area, got maybe just kind of warm during heating season. So if there's any heat loss, it's like a fraction of a percent. So yeah, I'm not concerned at all, honestly. And now this thing is just doing so much better. It's getting all the heat on the evaporator now, no blockages. The reason why I think that happened was because of the whole house humidifier. I think that kind of messed up that section of insulation, and it came loose. So that whole house humidifier, I'm not using it anymore. I really don't think there's any point to it to begin with anyway. But yeah, it's about probably 90, 95, 97 degrees right now. So it's been a hot one, and these are just starting to go into the shade. And these things have been doing great. Vent temperatures are good. The compressors both sound happy even when they're in the sun, so that's good. And you remember the thing I mentioned here last time about the trail of water? Look at that, bone dry. Compressor's not sweating anymore, thank God. So basically, what do I want to say about that? I'm just really glad that I found that problem when I did, and now everything is just working a lot better. I don't know if I mentioned this in my last video that I made about this, but basically, when this compressor was starting for a while, it had like, I don't quite know how to say this properly, but it had like a more of a buzzing sound to it. Not buzzing like it was not starting, just buzzing in the sense of it was under maybe more of a load when it started. I don't quite know how to describe that, I really don't, but basically, when I last heard this turn on a couple of times, it was just like a hum, and the fan spun right up. I was like, wow. I think the last time it sounded like that was maybe when it was brand new. So when I heard that change in sound, a much calmer sound, I was just amazed. I was like, wow, that's so happy to hear. So I'm really glad I especially solved that problem. And when you think about it, that evaporator was blocked like that for about 2 years. And maybe the outside temperature kind of compensated for it, I don't know. But just the fact that the compressor was sweating like that, and yeah, wow, I'm glad I stopped that when I did. I'm just glad it's still working after that, you know what I'm saying? And it still sounds great. You can see these plants my mom have here are getting quite large, but I'm keeping it away from the air conditioner and everything, so no problems with, like, you know, blocking the condenser or anything. Those drops of water you just see right there are from the suction line sweating, which is normal. I do have new pipe insulation that I bought recently, but it's been too hot to put it on, so I'll do it, you know, at some point when it cools down a little bit. But they're still doing great. Jay and I actually did something with this one, and you'll see it in this video when it goes up. Basically, what happened was he and I both noticed that this fan sounded like, it sounded louder. Like the motor sounded fine, the compressor sounded fine, but just the sound of the fan, the air going through it, sounded louder, and we're just like, huh. Oh, okay. More so, I'm like, that's kind of different, but I mean, even he noticed it too, so we decided to check the capacitor. We did a capacitance test on the run capacitor. It's perfect, so everything is good there. So maybe it's this larger plant, I don't know, but I mean, it's working fine. A little tidbit, I did do a little bit of a mistake here. I put the compressor wire back on the wrong terminal, but thankfully what happened was it didn't damage anything. I was in the house and like I heard like a hum and then a stop. Then another hum and a stop. I was like, okay, that's not right. So sure enough, we come out here to take a look at it, and the first thing I noticed is that the fan's blowing cool air, so like, okay, so that's definitely not correct. So pull the disconnect, take a look inside. I foolishly put the compressor wire on the common terminal instead of the hermetic terminal. So switch that over, put the panel back on, put the disconnect back, compressor started right up, everything was fine. So I'm glad we got that taken care of. And yeah, like I said, it's been quite hot, but these are still doing great. I mean, we have the upstairs during the day set to 74, and the downstairs set to 73. And then at nighttime, for the sleep temperature, I like my room cold. So the one zone of the second floor goes down to 72, mine goes down to 70, and I just put the first floor down to 72, just so it gets any rid of possible humidity. Now, honestly, that doesn't happen until like well after 9 o'clock. So by that point, the sun's not on these, obviously, and the sun's been off the house for a very long time. so it's not working against that. So it helps the house cool down a lot faster, and these things are just doing great. So, you know, compared to the video I made last year, I was wondering what the problem was with this. I found it, and I fixed it finally. So I'm just really glad. I'm just standing out here, and like, these both sound exactly how I remember it before that whole issue happened, and I'm really glad that I myself fixed it at no charge, right? Because I did it myself. And yeah, so both the fans are doing great, good speed, you know, in terms of the run cap. Both compressors sound very happy, and once again, bone dry, no trail of water. I am so glad that I took care of that. Oh, I did also put new nameplates on the sides here, though I think those are the original ones. I did the one on the side here, and the one on the side here. So those are brand new. These bolts still look pretty good. Maybe a tad lighter than the other two, not by much, but I'm just going to leave them alone for now, so they really don't look all that bad. And yeah, I'm just really glad that on a hot day like this, these guys are doing great, and I could not be happier. House feels fantastic. So, right, so there you guys go. I'll give you a little bit more of a positive video this time compared to my last two, like I said before, right? So yeah, we have quite hot weather here, but these things are running great. They're getting good airflow, good refrigerant pressures, good capacitors. What more could you ask for? These things are doing fantastic, and no smart thermostats. Right? Exactly. Good, simple, programmable thermostats. That's all you need. So these things are doing great, and couldn't be happier. And I guess there you guys go. So as usual, thanks for watching, and take care.